Okay guys, my team is now 100% confirmed because I made this video for some days ago, but I made so many changes once again, but now I'm 100% sure this will be my team. Also because I had some injuries actually in my last team. I've changed a lot and my defense now have been upgraded so much. I think having a strong defense will be so important, and also my chip strategy will still be going limitless in game week 2, but in today's video in specific I will go through the draft and explain my decisions because a lot have changed. So let's go through it. And 4.5 million goalkeepers, I think those two are the best ones out there. Mert Gunuk is like 70 to 80% start chance of actually starting. And we also have Verbruggen in that first game week against Poland, or the first goalkeeper that will play, and then Mert Gunuk will play 1 or 2 days after. So hopefully Verbruggen just keeps a clean sheet and some save points, and then we are good to go. But of course we have a backup in Mert Gunuk, and we will actually be able to see the lineup before we could substitute him for Verbruggen. So if he doesn't play, let's say if he gets benched, it isn't crisis either. But now let's move on to the defense, because here I've gone so strong. The first one will be Maxime de Kuiper, the left wing back from, or left back from Belgium. It looks like he's going to play. He's so offensive and he's going to create a lot of chances. He is a very good crosser and a very offensive player. Against Slovakia, he'll have a lot to do. He will be in my team. The next one will be Trent Alexander-Arnold. He will most likely play in midfield for England. He is so progressive with the ball. He will create a lot of chances. He will take a lot of shots. He will be on some set pieces. He will take free kicks. There are so many reasons to go for him, and I also think he will play. Serbia, tough fixture, but I think he will do well. And let's move on to Maximilian Mittelstadt. I mean, he's such a good player, the left back from Germany, and hopefully he can get some offensive points. I've also captained him because he's actually the only German player I have in this team. Spoiler alert. But I just think Mittelstadt, he's a must-have. He's offensive, he's so good, and only wide player actually for Germany. You can't call Mittelstadt, you can't call Kimmich, Wirtz and Musiala real wide players in my opinion. So he's the only real wide player, which is very good for crosses and etc. So very excited about that one. The next one will be Di Marco against Albania. So offensive, and this is a no-brainer for me. I will definitely have him in my team. The next one will be Joao Cancelo. I haven't taken the risk of going for Diogo Dalot because it's like 50-50 and spending 1 million extra on Joao Cancelo, which is so offensive. You can't go too much wrong with that, and therefore I've gone for him. And in midfield, now we really start to upgrade the team. And of course, compared to the last team I showed you, it's a little bit more weakened, but we still start off very strong with Kevin De Bruyne against Slovakia. I think he will have an awesome Euro, and probably his last Euro where he is in this prime form, because keep in mind he has rumored to go to Saudi, which is a little bit concerning for him, but he is still in amazing form. And I think this will be the last time we will see Kevin De Bruyne at his almost best level. I think he has dipped a little bit this season, but that is of course because of injuries and etc. He's still a very good player. And a player that isn't that good besides him, Jorginho. He's very cheap, 5 million, and he isn't that much owned. And I think against Albania he will do pretty well. He's also on some set pieces, I think, and in specific penalties, I hope. He should be the main penalty taker, and there are some injuries in the Italy squad, so I think the spot for Jorginho will be very nailed, and also some ball recoveries may come his way, which is very nice. And the next one will be Bruno Fernandes. I don't need to explain this too much. I love Bruno Fernandes. He's such a good player. I just hope that he stays at Manchester United for at least another season. And I think this Euro, besides Cristiano Ronaldo, it will be so much fun to watch. And I think he will do very well. The next two, we have brought back both Çalhanoğlu and Arda Güler in this team, just because that fixture against Georgia, in my opinion, is way too good. I watched actually the Turkey match, last friendly against Poland. I think they were very impressive against Poland. Very unlucky not to win, and especially very lucky to actually lose that game. So I think both Çalhanoğlu and Güler is two very good options, especially for this first match day. And keep in mind, as I've said in the intro, I will use limitless in match day 2, so that fixture against Portugal won't be a big of a problem for me. So, as I said, both Çalhanoğlu and Güler, very high expectations on both of them. So let's say Turkey win 2 or 3-0, I can almost guarantee that those two players will be alongside the action, and also ball recoveries isn't off the table for those two guys either. And yeah, the last three players, now we really are starting to get into it. Let's start off with Romelu Lukaku. I had him in my last draft. I think he will go nowhere. He is so influential. He is so good finding those pockets of space to actually create chances. He's like almost 100% owned on this game, so he is not the differential. Or I think he's like, actually, let's check this really quick. He's actually only 20% owned, okay? So he is actually a little bit of a differential. If you aren't going for Lukaku, I actually don't know what you're doing. Please argue with me if you disagree, but I just think he's way too good to not go for him, especially with the group they are in. So I will definitely have him in my team. The next one will be Kylian Mbappe. I think he will do very well, although he hasn't been in every draft I made. But I still think he will take one of the forward spots. It's either him or Harry Kane. That discussion could go on forever because it's so hard to decide, but I just think that Kylian Mbappe have that X factor, and I don't know if England will be that good against a team like Serbia. And also, the matchday 2 fixture for Kylian Mbappe is way worse than Harry Kane's fixture in matchday 2. So that is also why I'm going for Kylian Mbappe, because I think I could change that and maybe go for Harry Kane in matchday 2 and then Kylian Mbappe, because I'm taking limitless, so I will get Kylian Mbappe back in matchday 3. So that is, for me, the best way to solve this. So I will most likely have Kylian Mbappe and also Harry Kane throughout the group stages, so I won't miss 100% out on having Harry Kane in my team. But the last one, it doesn't need any explanation, does it? Cristiano Ronaldo, he's way too good. And that game against Ireland, I actually watched it, and he was so good. Although I think many says he's a little bit ego on the field, but I completely understand it in some way. His job is to score goals. Of course, he will be selfish at times. And I think his vision and his capacity of actually performing at that age, on that scene, on that level, and also now coming up in the Euros with a pretty good group, I think he could be the top goal scorer this Euro. And many have said that he will ruin Portugal, or not many, but some experts have said it. I think it will be the complete opposite. His winning mentality will take them all the way, and he doesn't need to have the best of Euro to actually make the team play better. And we see that with Ronaldo. He makes everyone on the pitch better, and he doesn't do it directly, he does it indirectly with his high standards, and everyone is on their toes. Not because of the manager, or of course because of the manager, but also because Ronaldo is on the pitch and he expects everyone to perform 100%. And of course that is also very self-explanatory, that he expects that from himself. And I think he will have a fantastic Euro. And I'm so excited to watch him play. And I just wanted to talk a little bit about Cristiano Ronaldo, because those 2 goals against Ireland, especially the first one, was so good. Yeah, he should also be on penalties. So he is one player that is only 22% owned, and I've had him in every single draft. And as we can just turn around here, Cristiano Ronaldo, let's go. Okay, so that will be my draft. What do you think about it? And just keep in mind, limitless in matchday 2. I will most likely make a video on that matchday 2 team. And also please leave comments, what type of chip strategy are you using? Do you think it's a mistake going for limitless so early in the tournament? Me personally, I think that is the best way to win my private leagues. And also, if you want to join my private league, I will link the codes and also the link to join. So do that, and I'll catch you next one. Bye bye, and take care, peace, and enjoy the Euros.